Okay, this is video 3 on the idea of CVs. I've given you an intro to CV writing. I've given you an idea of the classic CV. Now, the third one is a more modern, slightly more avant-garde, and certainly more accessible type of CV as far as the reader, the potential employer, is concerned. So, here we go. What is it? Well, obviously, it starts with your name, your contact details, all the rest of it, all the things I've said before as regards your personal details. But then you come to the meat of your CV. Now, in the classical, traditional type of CV, one had the idea that, there was education, there was employment, there were hobbies, there were technical skills, there were language skills, there were all of these kind of things. And it was up to the employer to go fishing to try and find them. Well, here's a different approach for you. If you are going to try to get the job that you want, not just be interviewed, but to get the job, things need to leap off the page. That's back to ding, 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 diddle, ding, ding. The same is true of your CV. Things need to leap off the page. Well, getting them to leap off the page is one thing, but to leap off the page in the way that the potential interviewer and employer would like, well, that's something else. It's not so easy to do, but here's the good news. They've told you how to do it. What the hell do you mean, Tony? Well, it's pretty obvious, really. When you look at a job advert, there is normally a few lines at the top that give you a summary of what the opportunity is, etc. And then quite often you're going to have two major parts that follow that. One is going to be about the job. What is the job? We call that a job description. And the next part is going to be, well, okay, if that's the job, what kind of person do we need to do that job? Who would do it really, really well? Somebody with 3 years of experience, or is 18 months okay, or is a 5 month stage okay, placement? That's where they're going to articulate it. So they're going to give you a list of things which are to do with the job and to do with you, the person you are, the experience that you have actually had. That gives you a perfect menu, doesn't it? Somebody is telling you, this is what I want you to tell me about what you can do for us. Here's a list of the things that we've said, 5, 6, 7, 17 bullet points. Those are the things that you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Show us, prove to us, give us evidence, talk to us about projects, talk to us about successes, etc., where you can prove that all of these things that are things we want you to do, you can do. You've proven that you can do. Or maybe you haven't proven you can do that from an engineering point of view, but you've proven a similar thing and the skills are transferable from one context to another. Now that's about the job, the things they want you to do. And sometimes they can list things that are 16, 17, 20, 22 bullet points long. Those are the things that they want you to do, to be able to do, to prove you can do. And most of the time, if you think about it, you've got some good examples. You've got some history. You won't have everything. None of us has. Look, let's be honest about this. You'd never go for a job that you could do sitting on your hands without any effort. You go for a job which is a bit beyond, a bit further up, a bit more challenging that you've never done before, because there's more responsibility, there's more kudos, there's more power, there's more money, there's more responsibility. No one is ever perfect for a job. So don't let that stop you. But the point is, you have to show, if there are all these things they want you to do, and it's in the job description, you have to show through hints in the covering letter, confirmation in the CV, and then rubber stamping and great examples in the interview that you can do it. Okay? So, the next part is not so much about the job that needs doing, it's more about the person that they want you to be. Might have something to do with the amount of experience that you have. Might have something to do with the amount that you've travelled, the number of languages that you speak, the levels of experience that you have actually had. All of those different type of things. They're giving you a menu. So what you could do, for me, should do on your CV is, yes, give the personal, the contact details, the basic stuff that we've talked about that you can't get wrong. You shouldn't get wrong. And then after that, you've got essentially two really big blocks. One of them is effectively me and the job you want me to do, and proving that there are these things you want me to do, and this is the evidence proving that I can actually do that. The second thing is where they talk about the type of person, the character, the personality, the experience, etc. that you have, the qualifications that you have, the amount of travel that you've done, the intercultural knowledge that you have, whatever it is. They've told you about those things. They've given you the menu. They're wanting you to see it, and they're wanting you to be a mirror to it, to offer those things back to them. So, although it's difficult doing this type of thing, on the other hand, they've given you the song. All you've got to do is sing it back to them with evidence and be convincing about it. Okay? So that's essentially the second part of your CV. So you draw into their skills, you draw into their hobbies if necessary, you draw into that voluntary work, you draw into that, all of those things. If they say, we want somebody who can do this, whether it's in your education, whether it's in your petit boulot, whether it's in your stage, you take all of those things and you aim them at this to prove that you have got it. It's unconventional, but it's effective. Certainly, even at this university, I have at least 3 experiences, not all me, I hesitate to add, of people going for jobs who have turned things around this way and not done the classical, I did this, then I did that, and 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 go fishing for the information. They actually went and turned it round completely to say, you want this? This is how I give you that. And it's really worked for them. And in one occasion, certainly one of my colleagues now, thankfully, was recruited, and the dean came out of the office and said, you won't believe how good so-and-so and so-and-so was, because everybody else was just giving us lists of things and inviting us to find them. There was just a long 40-minute history in the interview. Actually, what this young person gave was exactly what we wanted and showed how he or she could actually do these things. So people notice not just the information, the way you present the information, the way it's organized, the way it's there to fire at exactly what they want, get it to jump out of the page at them. Okay, so if you are really want to go for a job, turn it on its head. Don't give them a whole load of stuff saying, I am this, I do that, I am this, I do that. You go and look at it. My German teacher at 5th form So I would have been 16, 17 in England. He said to me, Tony gives me the impression whenever he gives me a piece of work, he says to me, it's in there somewhere, you find it. It's not good enough, and it's about time he realised it. This guy's name was Maurice Gent, and he was my German teacher, and I was not a good German student, but boy, did I learn from that piece of advice. So I'm repeating that to you with all the authority of Maurice Gent's approach to trying to correct me. Please, please, please give things to people the way that they want to receive them. It will be so much clearer. It will be so much easier. And what are they going to think about you? My God, that guy knew exactly what we wanted. He really tried to give us exactly what we went to a lot of effort to say that we needed, and he fitted himself to do it. It was so easy to choose him. So don't just go for the easiest, prettiest template. Sometimes CV templates are a disaster. They force the skills out into a margin in just a couple of little spaces. It doesn't work. So as I said, you've got three choices. You've got a template-based CV, you've got a classic traditional type of CV, or you've got the new variety of CV. You need to do things that separate you out from the crowd in a positive way. And what I'm trying to convince you is it takes longer, obviously, to do this for every job you apply to. But in this video, I hope, I've given you a reason why you should consider doing it and how you might consider doing it. Okay? So all the very best of luck with putting together your covering letters to make people interested in turning over to your CV, and then your CV to confirm what they've understood already and to put you on the interview pile. So clearly the next video I've got to get to you has got to be about preparing for interview. Okay, I'll do that one now. And I'll try to make it even shorter than this one. Some hope. You all know me. Okay, all the very best, guys. Keep yourselves healthy, happy, safe in this difficult time. But difficult time with spectacular weather here, even though it's cold. So I hope you and your family are all well. And please, please, please stay well and see you when this is all over. Okay, all the very best from me. Goodbye.